police, yeah. Good morning, darling. Motorcycle, well, how you doing, Mr. Motorcycle? What's up? Good afternoon, everybody. How you doing? I'm eating dinner. Can y'all hear me okay? Thank you, Lily Rose Mystic. Divine Feminine. Miss David, what's up? All right, so I ain't gonna keep y'all long. I got a few readings to do. So I gotta get in my area. But check this out. It took you it took me to work again. Listen. Man, so how many of y'all know the group The Temptations? What shirt? You need a shirt? I think I got some. Email me. Oh, thank you. So y'all know that, y'all remember the group The Temptations from back Motown, all that shit there. Little Road Missing, that was a good group. What's up, Amazon the got it? So yeah, so get this shit right. So one my baby girl called me. She just got I just got off the phone with her. My baby girl called me and she listening to the Temptations. And she listened to the old Temptation, then she done discovered the new Temptation. When I say the new Temptation, I'm talking about the Phoenix Rising album. Now that Phoenix Rising album the Temptation did was my motherfucking jam. Old man style, I was humping that bitch inside the goddamn Escort when I had the Ford Escort. I was humping that bitch and it was great. So now, I remember two things from that motherfucking album. They told me Otis Redding was the only original Temptation left, and the band and the new band from the new album circulated around him. It was a big thing on 102 Jams on the radio station. It was a big thing when they brought out the new Phoenix Rising album. Star 94.5. These all radio stations here in Central Florida. Big thing. So now my baby girl talking to me. So I say, let me and my baby girl listen to the same music in the same car, So I go on there clicking. So I play Phoenix Rising and I play the song she jamming. So her finna have a little sing along in the car. Temptation, I want to hit them notes like I used to do at the house. Tell me why I look on the motherfucking thing and they give you the background. They said, Otis Redding died in 1967. And I'm like, the fuck he did? I'm like, the fuck he did? How the hell Otis Redding died when they said on the Phoenix Rising album he was the last original Temptation? I say, this got to be a Mandela effect. So I go and check the album. I go online and I look up they said there was no original Temptation from the Phoenix Rising. Say that was just a bunch of dudes They got together, Motown or whoever records called themselves the Temptations, and they played their songs. Now they say Otis Redding died in 1967, but they said there was a guy by the name of Otis Williams who started the music band, that put the band together, that brought a bunch of new people into the thing. Now I want to show y'all some. I want to show y'all some about the movie Temptations. I know there was a movie called The Temptations, right? Follow me. This is a Mandela effect, and they can't fake it. You look at the movie The Temptation. Now remember, towards the end, right before the Temptation called Blue, right before the dude Blue, he passed away. This is in the 80s. This had made it all the way to the 80s, and Otis Redding was in the dressing room talking to Blue, because I love that movie. I love The Temptation. Otis Redding was in the dressing room talking to Blue. Blue was the one with the bad knees and shit that had to get the shots. He died in the wheelchair in his mama's kitchen. So I remember Otis Redding said, they went to Otis Redding in the dressing room. The movie said, and this in the 80s, they said, hey, you know, the house ain't, say we got a half a house. And Otis say, whether we got a half a house or not, we got to give him a good show. And Blue was like, okay, yeah, okay, we gonna do that though. We gonna do that though. So now, Blue, Otis Redding, the remainder of the Temptation, because this is when they start adding new players onto the Temptation thing. They go out there and they jam. They go out there and they jam. They get it down. Now, this man died in 1967. This is the biggest Mandela effect of my life. This shit done fucked me all up, y'all. How can he die in 1967? But the movie said in the dressing room, he was on the back of the cover, because I bought the actual CD back then. They say he was the original, the last founding member of the Temptation, and everybody was built around him. People, do your research. The movie The Temptation, in the dressing room. That wasn't the dressing room. They weren't dressed like 1960, 1964. These motherfuckers wearing 80s style suits, shoulder pads, pleat cuts. This is a Mandela affected movie. And now I go on TikTok and I type in Otis Redding. He done died in 1967. They even he died in a plane crash. But in the movie, they say he didn't die in a plane crash. His autobiography didn't die in a plane crash. He was the last founding member. That's why everybody was making fun of him. Ain't nobody come here to see you, Otis. Otis was the last founding member. That man died sometime in the early 2000s. They done took 40 years off that nigga ass and killed him in 67. Plane crash. What y'all think about that, people? He was the last one living. And y'all gotta go to the movie. They booked the movie about the Temptation. And then that song that I like, treat 'em like a lady. Treat her like a lady. See, that's the song me and my baby girl were gonna be singing to. Light her cigarette if she smoke, even help her with a coat. Treat her like a lady, treat her like a lady. You know, so that's my jam, and that's like my anthem. I love that shit, right? He was on stage singing that. Even when Dennis Edwards came on and joined the Temptations for 2 times, because I do my research, I love the Temptation, Otis was still there. Dennis Edwards joined the Temptation in the 70s, probably about 75, 76. But Otis Redding died in 76. The fuck? Help her with her coat, treat her like a lady. She's a bad son of a gun. I'm a lover, I'm a loving done one. Treat her like a lady. That's my jam, y'all. Treat her like a lady. That's my shit though. But no, that shit just fucked me up. Me and my daughter were just finna go and do a duet on that motherfucker, drive it in the car, cause me and my baby girl do that type of shit. We'll get to talking and we'll do that type of shit. I just, me and her break out in song and she cannot. She thinks she can sing, but she cannot. She cannot. Oh my God, she cannot. But I tell her, I said, baby, you killed that note. I be lying. But I tell her, she thinks I got my baby hyped up. My baby knows she can sing. Fuck that. She want to enter competition. Baby, do that there. She sounds so bad too, but I hype my baby up. Tanya, I mean, Tion, ain't that a crazy motherfucking Mandela effect? Miss Lady, listen, Otis Redding died back then. He was the last original Temptation, and that man passed away in the early 2000s because Blue was Blue before Otis. Blue died before Otis in his mama kitchen, and that was in the 80s. They done rewrote the whole thing. Now here's the crazy thing. You remember David Ruffin, the one Leon played? The one Leon, because you know Leon part of Phi Beta Sigma. We gave him an honorary membership in Phi Beta Sigma, baby. Look it up. We got Elian Gonzalez, soon to be player, boy. We got Leon. We got him, the coolest nigga. So Leon played David Ruffin. Now, this is the crazy thing about it. David Ruffin's brother is a master mason out of Roston Bullet Lodge, number 708 in Kissimmee, Florida area. He's a member there. That man even say he was talking, and I've been a Mason for 27 years. So he was like, yeah, man, I still talk to Otis them, and I remember when I got into Masonry, cause he made me in that shit, right? So I remember him telling me how he was talking to Otis and all that shit there 27 years ago. So how in the fuck man gonna die in 67? One surviving member from the plane crash, because I read it, was the Barcade's trumpet player. And if y'all know Barcade's been jamming for over 50 years. Oh, can't talk right now. So Barcade's been jamming for over 50 years. Barcade's got a hell of a lineup too. They bad, boy. Barcade's get them panties off them chicks, boy. Fuck what you heard. You put on some anticipating your every move. Barcades will take them panties off the motherfuckers, boy. Y'all play some, y'all young jits don't know now. Y'all put on some Barcades low now. Don't turn it up high. You don't want to hit a high note because Barcade be screaming. Put that bitch on, look, put it on number 3, on the dial number 3, and you have it playing in the background and all that shit there. Get them comfortable, give them a glass of, you know, Moscato, the red Moscato, not the white, the red Moscato. Make them feel like they doing something fancy. A little sweet, tender to the ears, give you a little bite behind the ear. You know, some of that there, and offer them a little crack and cheese. Put a little mint down beside it so they won't feel self-conscious when they crawl on your head trying to kiss on you and shit. And then was the days. I can't be telling y'all how to mac up people, man. Little Road Mystic, Miss Henderson, what's going on? But yeah, man, I just wanted to tell y'all that Mandela effect right there. The Mandela effect. Now, they killed off Otis Redding in 1967, but I got the original Phoenix Rising album, Temptation Phoenix Rising album, and they said in the bio that he was the last founding member. They built the group around him. In movies in the 80s, the late 90s, when all of them had died and it was just like 2 or 3 original left, he was like, the house ain't packed, but we still got to give him a good show. You know the dude from Supernatural, he played Otis Redding. He played Otis Redding. I forget his name. He played Otis Redding. I ain't gonna say that part because y'all wouldn't believe me if I told you, man. Y'all wouldn't believe me if I told you about that guy there. He's a great actor. He's a really great actor. I just can't rock with him like that. On a personal level, I can't rock with him. Yeah, they can't make everybody forget. Blue died in 1995, but Otis was still alive in the movie. Thank you. Miss Turner, thank you. Thank you. Anybody coming? Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis. I'm telling you, man. I, that's a big ass. That's a big ass Mandela effect, y'all. Y'all share that with the Mandela effect community. You know what? I'm just gonna motherfucking go ahead and say it. I say allegedly because y'all need to hear this. So I was in Atlanta, right? I had went to Atlanta to see Iyanla Van Zant in concert and shit like that. So I went there to see Iyanla Van Zant, and so I'm waiting by the bathroom at the little show. You know, I had ordered me a drink. I was fucking around with Black Witch at the time, so me and her had went there. This a while ago. So, you know, I go in there, I'm taking a piss in the stall and shit. And I look over, I say, hey, man, you... He said, yeah. And he told me the name, Marcus Whitman, I forget his name off the top of my head. So we shake hands. He washed his hands and shit, and he shake hands. And I said, yeah, man. I say, I hope I get to go backstage and see Yana, because, you know, I had paid for the tickets, and that's when I had met her and shit. You know, shook her hand, gave her a little kiss on the cheek, a little old self. That's then. So I'm thinking she gonna invite me and Black Witch up to the hotel suite after party, whatever. You know, I let her know I was internet famous at that time. I ain't had that many subscribers, but shit, I was still the Baron, baby. Don't get it twisted. So Black Witch, in the way the bathroom made in the theater, women on when you're facing it, women on the right hand side, men on the left hand side. So I come out the bathroom first, and I'm sitting up there just posted up by the bathroom on the wall, you know, and I ain't got my phone out because, you know, when I'm in public, I ain't got my eyes in that phone, you know, I'm looking around. So I'm sitting up there just posted up, you know, holding a drink in my hand by the bathroom after we done spoke in the bathroom, right? So, you know, he come out and shit, and, you know, I'm just sitting up there posted. So Black Witch still over there in the bathroom and shit. So he walks up to me and he give me his room number straight up. I can't fuck. I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna say alleged. So he throw out. I think he threw out his room number. I don't want no. He throws out his room number. So I'm like, and he leaned over and he did it again. And I said, oh. I said, no. I said, I'm just waiting on my girlfriend to come out the bathroom. He said, oh, okay. And walked off. So now, Black Witch come out the bathroom. So I'm standing up there like, she like, everything all right? You look like you seen a ghost. And I'm like, I said, I think I got hit on by a celebrity. And she's like, who? So, you know, he was in there getting him a drink. I shot him, you know, because now I'm afraid. The point. She said, what? She said, what did you do to him? I said, I don't know. I just was standing here waiting on you to get out the bathroom and shit. And she said, you did that in Atlanta? I say, fuck, I ain't never been to Atlanta. I say, shit, nigga, when your girlfriend in the bathroom, the real man, we wait by the motherfucking door. What if you scream? I need to be able to run in that bitch. I done seen the puss before. She like, that's what homosexual men do. They wait by the bathroom door looking ambiguous or statuesque. I don't know. And if a dude want to flirt with you, that's the pickup cue. And I'm like, the fuck? I would have went and stood at one of the tables and sat in but I'm just doing what I know gentlemen wise. And I was shocked and scared. I got a picture with the nigga, man. I got a picture with him and everything. Y'all think I'm bullshit, ain't? Listen, allegedly I think the nigga threw me his room number. Cause he ain't motherfucking, he told me his name. And then I'm standing by there, you shouldn't have had shit else to say to me when you walked out the bathroom. But he leaned forward all smiling and shit. So I say, you know what? The nigga, I said, that's what really made me realize everybody in Hollywood about that shit, man. You can't show me a... I don't want no contract in Hollywood. Fuck that. I got pictures. I got a literally picture with the nigga, man. And I'm just, he leaned on shit. He done broke the geometrical line. He, you know, he. When Iyanla Vanzant was in Atlanta, internet, y'all help me out, man. Can I ask y'all something? Real talk. I wanna listen. Don't worry about hurting my feelings. I don't give a fuck. I got thick skin. Why am I so fucking attractive to everybody? Why am I so beautiful? You know, I understand. You know, God didn't give me the height. He didn't give me the height. Now I'm only 5'8". I'm a little short, stocky, good-looking cat. He didn't give me the height, but he damn sure gave me the look in the body. He sure enough gave it to me, man. God did me good. But yeah, I get hit on by celebrities too. That's crazy. That's crazy. They said they call it sexually fluent. That's the new word. Baby, I ain't never heard that word before. Hey, shit. That's crazy though. But yeah. But back to what I just had to share that because that it related because he played Otis. Snoop said it sexually seductive. Sexually seduction. Listen. So, but yeah, back to the Mandela effect, y'all. That's the Mandela effect. We live in the Mandela effect in real time. They say Otis Redding died in 1967. The movie placed him dying in the early 2000s. The Phoenix Rising album came out when I was dating a chick, Demetria. I was dating a dark-skinned chick, Demetria, and the Phoenix Rising album came out because I bought it because I wanted to woo her because me and her had that in common. We both liked the Manhattans and we both liked the Temptations. I like good motherfucking music. And so that was our thing. So we read the list and all that shit. I know my Temptations, y'all. This man died in 1967. They trying to say now that it was Otis Williams who started the group, but Otis Williams didn't sing. He didn't sing. Y'all look that up. There were two named Otis. Otis Redding and Otis Williams. And Otis Williams, he wasn't a singer. He was like a manager. Otis Redding was the singer. It's in the movie. Oh, you challenging music session? I need to get my belt done on the Nissan. I can hear it. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but that's the belt. I need to put a belt on here. Tension in the belt. I love the Nissan. 2013 Nissan Altima, baby. SV. I love the Nissan. Don't fuck with the Nissan. I know everything about this car. I gotta change the belt. Oh man. So I'm finna look at the comments. I ain't gonna be long. I gotta get in here and do some readings. What y'all think about, man? What y'all think about this Mandela effect? This is just going for the people who understand. Do y'all believe that that man died in 1967? Or do y'all think that this is the Mandela effect? Or maybe I'm tripping. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe Otis Williams was a singer. I don't know, but as far as I know, on the thing, he was a manager, like a producer. Do y'all think that he actually passed away in a plane crash with 6 other band members? Because from what it is, it's like the majority of the Temptation died that night. 6 people died in that plane crash. 1 survived. But I know Dennis Ruffin, David Ruffin, he was beat to death from gambling and shit, and they threw him in front of the hospital, so he was beat to death. That's a true thing, because his brother said it. They beat him, and his murder has never been solved. I know Eddie Kendrick died of like throat cancer or something like that. Blue, the bow-legged one with the deep voice, he died of arthritis and his body locked up on him. uh Otis was the last remaining member for all them years, and I forget the other one, man. Oh, the one that shot himself in the head, the eccentric one that was dancing. I forget his name. The one that did the "I want a love I can't see. That's the only love that means a thing to me. Don't need a love you gotta tell me about. That kind of love I can sure do without." He was the lead singer on that one. He shot himself in the head in the car because they said he had a drinking problem and his liver was fucked up, so he didn't want to be in pain no more. So, but Otis was the last one. Now he died. So out of all these years, who was all these motherfucking Temptations we were listening to? Whew. And I'm gonna tell y'all one more thing before I let y'all go. At my wedding, I'm gonna sing that song from the Temptation. This is my promise to you. I could bet your ass, and I could sing that bitch good. I've been practicing. That's what I'm gonna sing to my wife. Yeah, boy. Televise that bitch. Oh, that's who he was talking to. Ain't nobody come here to see you, Otis. Oh, so Natasha Turner. So in this reality, was he a singer or was he the producer? Because in my little reality, he was like the one who got them together, like the manager, the producer, something like that. I ain't never know he was a singer. I didn't know there was two Otises that was singing. Hey, y'all listen to that song. This is my promise to you. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna sing, and I can sing it good. I really can sing. I be fucking with y'all on here, but I really can sing. But yeah, he wasn't a good singer, but he sang. Oh, okay, okay. So now, Miss Turner, since me and you on the same page, so do you think Otis Redding died in that plane crash, and Otis Williams was the one that everybody mistaken him for, or do you think this is a Mandela effect? I ain't gonna hit no note, Miss Lady. I be singing all the time. My earlier videos, I would sing a lot, but I ain't gonna sing this time around. I think this is a Mandela effect. Me personally, yes, Redding died in the crash. That's a Mandela effect. Oh my God. David Ruffin brother from Ralston Bullet Lodge, 608 or 708, I forget. He said he was talking to this man, and that's 27 years ago. Mandela effect rewrite history. I don't think. Listen. I know my temptation. I know my temptation. The good, the old, the bad, all that shit. I know my temptations, y'all. I just had to bring that to you. I ain't gonna take up no more of your time. Miss Turner done told me, and she old school. She listened to that old music just like me. So we got a difference of opinion, but I never heard the whole thing, and I know the whole story. And then tell me something. But Miss Turner, tell me this now. I'm finna let you go, but I want to ask a question. For the movie purposes alone, why they didn't put in the Temptation autobiography movie that any of them died in the plane crash in the water? Why in the movie they said he was the last one? Not Otis Williams, Otis Redding. Don't you think that'll be a keynote? They told you how David Ruffin passed away. They told you how Eddie Kendrick passed away. They told you how the other dude, that the other lead singer that shot himself in the car, how he passed away. You telling me ain't nobody gonna sit up there and tell you that Otis died in a plane crash in the movie that was based off of The Temptation? But now it's just not coming out. Think about it. Think about it, Miss Turner. That's a question. Y'all think about it too. What movie you know that a bitch that died 40 years ago, they kept him around just for entertainment purposes? The autobiography would have said that he passed away. The movie. Everybody, we know how everybody died except his ass until now. He in the plane crash. What they trying to gain by changing stuff? Only thing the motherfucker doing is trying to see who can remember and who can forget, because we're waking back up. Every race, every culture is waking back up to the original timeline. Everything is going back, and they got to change it. They got to use the energy of the evangelical Christ, because that's all Jesus Christ energy is. That evangelical Jesus Christ, it's a timeline distortion. It's the chrysalis of the mind. Chrysalis of the mind is to encase your mind in crystal so you'll see and think what they want you to think. This is my personal belief. That's it. They just trying to put us back in the chrysalis mind state. This is why the evangelical are taking over America. This is why the evangelicals are taking over the country, you know, the Ashkenazi and all that shit there. So that's what I think. And because we're starting to get so far away from Christianity, the chrysalis, our pineal gland are opening back up. We can start remembering different timelines, and we can start seeing shit the way it's supposed to be. And I think they're trying to change up everything to keep us distracted or to keep us locked in. But no. You say Otis Redding was never a member? I'm confused, Miss Turner. Otis Redding was a solo singer. No way. This is what the internet saying, Miss Turner, that Otis Redding was a solo singer. He was the founding member of the Temptation. So now you don't think that's a Mandela effect, Miss Turner? You don't think that why the movie said Otis Redding? Dennis Edwards was a solo singer. Dennis Edwards joined the Temptations for 2 years on behest of Otis Redding. Then they fell out and they kicked him out. Otis Williams was the manager. Thank you, Miss Gloria. Otis Redding was a member. He was the founding member. I'm doing fine uphill on cloud 9. Just my imagination. Eddie Kendrick led that one. No, he was the I thought Otis Redding killed himself in a hotel. No, Otis Redding, they say he died in a plane crash, but Otis Redding was the last one living. And I don't know how he died, because nobody ever said that. Until this day, I thought he was still living. I just found out he died in a plane crash. Now, Miss Turner saying he was a solo singer, and Otis Williams. Man, Otis Redding. All my life it's been Otis Redding. On the album, it was Otis Redding. On the movie, it was Otis Redding. This is crazy. Yes, damn, Miss Sadie. Yes, he was a solo. He was older than... I just discovered a Mandela effect. Yay me, yay me, yeah. I just discovered a Mandela effect. I just discovered a Mandela effect, y'all. Too many people was telling me, and I've seen it. Y'all check out the movie. There was no Otis Redding in the movie. Man, y'all just playing with me. Then Otis Redding go solo. No, David Ruffin went solo. Cause remember he say, I'm David Ruffin and these are the Temptations. He was the one that got the Elian Gonzalez, Leon. He the one that went solo. The band stayed together. Yeah, that was the Mandela effect. That's the Mandela effect. I cannot believe this shit. I just discovered the Mandela effect on one of my favorite bands. Sitting on the dock of the bay. That wasn't Otis. Who that was? What's that? Seems like ain't nothing gonna change. Everything remains the same. I gotta. Who sung that song? Otis had solo songs though. I don't think so. I think Otis never had a. I think that's a Mandela effect. I know my temptation. I think that's a Mandela effect, y'all. He didn't sing Sitting on the Dock of the Bay. I forget who sung it, but that wasn't his song. Just like I'm Your Pusher Man. Was it Curtis Mayfield? They said that was somebody else. Everybody know Curtis Mayfield, I'm Your Pusher Man, and all that shit there. And he did the Cadillac song and shit right there. They trying to say he didn't do it. This Mandela effect done fucked up Motown. I'm your mama, I'm your daddy, I'm that nigga in the alley. Hey, that was an original trap song. That's a hustle, boy. Want some coke, have some weed. I'm your friend, your main man, thick and thin. I'm your pusher man. God damn. That's fucked up. They done got rid of all the good. They done flipped them all around. Next thing you know, Chuck Berry gonna be motherfucking dancing with goddamn Elvis Presley. And no, they ain't fuck with each other. Your daddy have an album dedicated to Otis Redding? Could you please send me a picture of it? Text a picture to me. Email a picture of the album alone, cause on the back of it so I can read this shit. If you could find it. This is blowing my mind. This Mandela effect done fucked me all up. I used to date that girl Demetria, and we used to listen to all the Temptation, all the Manhattan, all the Barcades, man, as a jitterbug. That was our thing. Otis Redding. So did they say Otis Redding ever sang with the Temptation? You gonna text me the movie cast? Yes. Yeah, Pusher. They done changed that. Curtis Mayfield ain't saying that. They say he didn't sing all that. Leaning in the back with a gangster lean, let's ride. He didn't sing that song either. They say it's some man that dropped singing and moved to the mountain. He sung that. This is crazy. I think Goldenwood 001 fucking with us, y'all. Otis Redding song by Jimmy Self Always. That's all my mom and dad played. This is crazy. Sadie, damn. We on two different timelines. That's fucked up. I'm going in here to do these readings. It's almost 6. Well, it's coming up on 6. Everybody, I got to get in here and do these readings. Thank y'all for rocking with me a little bit. Y'all, this is a debate for y'all. I know what I seen. I know what the movie said when I watched it. I know the albums I got from the Temptations and the Manhattans at Barcade. I never heard of Otis Redding dying in a plane. Never heard of it. If you do a movie about the Temptation, you gonna say that these people. Now y'all saying he didn't even sing with them. That's crazy as fuck. I'm done. I'm finna let y'all go. I'm the Baron telling you guys to trust you in the universe, because at the end of the day, that's all you got. Please like, share, and subscribe. This is the Mandela effect. I'm gone. Y'all be good.